Welcome to Ni Santas Ni Diablas,
where we are unapologetically imperfect.
Join us as we defy society's labels of what it is to be a good girl.
We are your hosts, Kay,
Miriam,
and Rami. Welcome to the safe space.
Oh, that part we say together. Welcome back.
Hey guys, welcome back.
How's it going?
hello.
As you can see from our attire, we're trying to, I don't know, do Halloween.
I was looking for a word.
Dress up?
It's not like tune into the Halloween. It's like encapsulate.
Embody Halloween.
Embody.
We're new to this, okay?
Embody
We're
Halloween.
trying to do the Halloween thing.
I think I went a little overboard.
Oh, yeah, she went a little overboard. I was going to do something, a little makeup on my nose, but I didn't have time for that.
I did the best I could.
So I guess we should start off, like, our experiences with Halloween growing up and, like, what we did, what we didn't do, what we were allowed to do, things like that.
Well, if you haven't gotten the whole thing, we were not allowed to celebrate Halloween.
Yeah.
Let's just get to the... We were not allowed to celebrate Halloween. We were the kids where people asked us, like, what are you doing? Like, I don't know, going to church.
It's Thursday.
Church. But yeah, my mom did not. Still this day, she's not a fan of it. She doesn't.
Same.
As an adult, she's like, you know why and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I didn't celebrate it at all.
What did, like, on the day, would you guys do anything, like, your house-wise? You know, people are coming up. Like, my house, we would put, like, a sign on the door, like, oh, no candy, no Halloween, something like that.
It depended on the day. So if it landed on a weekday where we had service, we went to service earlier than usual because kids start coming. If there wasn't no service, we would just turn off all the lights. We'd act like
no one's home.
Porch light is off. Like, don't even bother.
So I remember sitting in my room in silence, but like I had like my laptop, just like or like watching something, but like the whole house is dark and like you just hear people come up to the door. They're like, no candy. What? Like they would just get like annoyed. I would just be cracking up in my room.
That's what we do. We would hide out. No one's home.
So like for me growing up, it was kind of, I mean, I feel like it was low-key traumatizing. I'm not gonna hold you, because you're a kid, you don't really understand what's going on, and you're told like once October comes, it's like, oh, you can't watch TV, because like Disney Channel is filled with Halloween movies. Couldn't watch any Halloween movies.
ABC Family as well.
Anything,
Yeah.
and you cannot watch TV. So it was
I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I couldn't watch TV October, and then we would go to school on Halloween because my parents weren't the type of like, well, I'm not going to send you to school.
Yeah, no.
We still had to go to school, and it was just like, oh yeah, you can't have candy. Imagine telling a 4th grader they can't have candy.
I ate that shit at school. What you talking
sure
about?
did. I sure did, and then I prayed about it. Can't have candy. And it was just like awkward when people were like, oh, like what do you, or like they would have Halloween parties. They're like, oh, you can dress up, and it's like, no, I don't celebrate Halloween.
Go through the whole spiel. Blah, blah,
like,
blah.
We don't celebrate Halloween. And it's like, the only answer is as to like, why didn't we celebrate Halloween? Oh, because it's like the devil's birthday.
Yeah, devil's birthday.
Exactly.
I don't even think is this his birthday? I don't know.
So I searched I searched up like there's different like origin stories. There was one story that it is a Christian base back years ago, but it was called Hallows Eve, and it was to remember the saints. So they'll light candles in the church, outside the church, to remember the saints. That was one origin I searched up. And then another one, it was like a Celtic origin where they dressed up and had bonfires. They dressed up to ward off ghosts. And then it basically saying, and then it became westernized. So we kind of, America, whatever, took it, and then in itself, it became dark. Like certain people used it as more as a way to do dark stuff.
Did you ever get scared as a kid when people would like say these stories like, oh, the candy has things in it. They put razor blades in the apples. Like I would be shook. I'd be like, I'm never gonna do that.
I was like, they're crazy.
They're crazy.
I used to be like, there's no way, because I would know if a candy is opened or not. Like there's no way. So I just ate the candy. Never raise a blade in there.
I would get shook. I'm like, how are these kids eating candy from strangers?
I remember hearing that, but I was like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go trick or treating.
I mean, I wasn't going to, but I'm just like, just shook.
Gosh.
So yeah, and then when it came to I feel like at some point there was a sign, and then Other points, other years, maybe there wasn't.
Now
it's kind of just now there's no sign.
Now there's no sign.
But like, there's really no kids in the area. You know what I mean? So
I think people also on our street have like known like, okay, they don't hand out candy. So
yeah,
it's kind of like an
I
obvious.
think they know
like,
that now.
And where I live, the street before me, they hand out the fire trucks and all that, hand out candy. So that main focus isn't on the streets nowadays.
That's good.
So like we don't have it. But I think people are like, oh yeah, they don't celebrate, don't pass. But yeah, we don't. It's not like being crazy. Like we're not yelling people on.
No.
Like, get off our board. Like.
Yeah, it would just be annoying though, because I just wanted Halloween to be over because it was just annoying. It's like I can't even do anything. So
that's crazy. They didn't even let you
point?
watch TV. I was allowed to watch TV, but like I just know to like change the channel when they come
Oh
in
yeah,
the room.
no
Halloween
Halloween Town. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry.
that's why like when this whole like new Hocus Pocus thing came out, everybody's going crazy. And I was
I don't even know what the first one is.
Like
I never watched it.
I did watch it. Like eventually, I did watch like the Halloween Towns, and
Yeah.
like after I was grown, I watched it.
Yeah.
But then I don't get the hype. Like I think people hype it up because it's so nostalgic.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, like I was a prisoner.
I never watched the
I
first
don't want to
one.
go back to that time.
It's the same thing with Harry Potter. Like everybody's like, "Oh my god, Harry Potter's great." I'm
I
like, bro,
wasn't allowed
I've
to
never
watch
seen
it.
a full
I wasn't
movie
allowed
of
to watch Harry Potter.
I just started Harry Potter now.
I heard it was good.
It's really good.
I've
I'll watch it.
I've seen
It's
parts,
really good.
and it's really intriguing.
Yeah.
But it's like I've never wasn't like can't watch it. But like,
Yeah.
as an adult, I'm watching all this stuff, and it's like the whole Hocus Pocus craze, Harry Potter craze.
I haven't
like,
even watched the second one because I'm just like, I have no interest.
Oh my god! I remember like middle school when it was the vampire craze. Like every show was like
Twilight.
vampire.
Oh, yeah.
Twilight.
That
Yeah.
Had to
was
watch
another
that
thing.
inside, like in secret too.
My mom didn't want us celebrating Halloween, but the school when I was in school, I don't remember. I remember one time I was allowed to dress up, but they advertised it not as Halloween. They advertised it as like a fall festival, like an autumn festival.
Okay.
Yeah, but was it in October?
I don't remember if it was October or
Okay.
November. can't remember.
Probably.
But they did a parade, and my mom didn't want me to be excluded out of it. So it was a parade where all the kids dressed up, and they marched around the whole school, and like the parents can come and take pictures. So I remember being a part of it. I was a bumblebee. I remember I was a bumblebee because I remember one of the girls I went to school with, her mom made her like a decked out princess flower costume, had her train and everything. I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
my mom just bought mine. Like, but that was like the one time. But anything else, like if it was a party, like if it was an event that had Halloween, anything, it was like, no, you're not doing that.
Yeah.
Don't even ask.
I don't remember being like excluded from things, but I just like kind of remember like not being involved in certain conversations. Like they'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing this?" Da 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 da, and you'd just be like the awkward girl.
Oh yeah,
Like,
because you can't answer.
like yeah, you just can't like.
I don't know what I'm wearing because I'm not wearing a
I just
skirt.
feel like I don't celebrate Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a skirt because I'm going to church. Like,
Oh my god, I feel like we have like at our church, but your church like alternative
so
night or something like that.
there are churches.
I feel like I've experienced
There's
that.
churches called doing trunk or treat. So my mom does not like as part of the board of the church. She's like, we have to be. For her, she's like, we have to be very careful what we allow in the church and stuff. She said, if we're gonna do like a fall festival, we do it in November, but no dressing up. We're talking about harvest and stuff like that, because now trunk or treat in churches, like some of their trunks. If you don't know what trunk or treat is, like the back of your car, and it's a theme. But now like some churches do it, but it's like witches. It's like the trunk is a witch. And like
I didn't know that.
goblins or zombies and stuff like that. So my mom was always big with the kids. So she did try to bring the kids to the church in a safe way where it wasn't like, we don't dress up.
Yeah.
But here's a fall festival and we're going to talk about the harvest, not la cosecha.
It's a different type of cosecha.
And like, let's talk about stuff like that. So, but we never stuck to it because there are always those like
It's too much.
It's very
somebody's gonna say something,
and it's very controversial.
Yeah.
Because let's be real, like Halloween has its darkness to it. Like we can't just push that aside completely. But we've done like festivals, but we've never done like a trunk or treat, like stuff like that. And I'm growing up, I thought that was so cool.
Yeah.
We didn't have that.
I feel like with our church, I remember this one time, it did fall on a Thursday, and it had those like kid service. So I felt like they kind of like did it up, but not in that, like they'll still say like, oh, this is bad, or don't do this, don't do that. Yeah. Halloween is bad, but they still kind of like tried to make it like a fun night for kids. So they did it like in that sense.
Yeah.
But I was like, this is whack. Where's candy?
It's kind of hard. Like, I don't know if there's any good way to explain to a kid, like, you can't celebrate it. It's like, it's kind of hard.
Because it's like advertised as so much fun. Like, you get to dress up as your favorite character.
Yeah.
You get candy, free candy, as much candy as you want. And it's free.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what else can you ask for as a little kid?
You can't tell that. But I think my parents, they were, don't get me wrong, like, they were strict. Like, I remember turning that TV channel quick.
Did you have that one button on your remote?
Yes,
it's like, go back. Yes. That was my favorite button.
And I can't remember what I was watching, because during that time, there was nothing that was not Halloween. Yeah. But I remember going back. But they weren't super strict. I remember there was a couple times my mom, like, let us have costumes here, but like, don't go trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
Don't do that. It's so hard. I used to be so adamant of asking my mom, why can't we? We don't believe in it, but let me dress up. I used to give her the hardest time.
I don't think I've ever questioned my parents.
No, it's like, okay, whatever. You got it, dude.
For me, because
eat my candy in my room like a gremlin.
For me, it was
eating the candy before I got home.
For me, it wasn't the candy.
It's just dressing up.
It's the dressing up.
Oh yeah, we know that. We know that.
Like, Mom, there's so many cool costumes. Like, I don't want to be a devil. Like, come on now. I don't want to be a witch. I don't want to be like the demonic stuff. But like, that was for me. I think I suffered with the fact that like girls were wearing, or even boys had like cool costumes, and they were like a church skirt. So that's part I struggled with.
Did it change at all in high school for you guys, or no?
It was still the same.
Nope.
Yeah.
Like your feeling towards it?
Oh, my feelings towards it, I was like,
whatever.
Yeah, it was like whatever. I was like, I didn't feel like I was missing out anymore.
Me either.
I was just like, I don't really care.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah, I kind of was like, oh, it's not a big deal anymore. Like for me, I'm past it. It's not something I think and I don't think as getting, I'm like, I don't think I missed out on much either. So yeah, when I got older, it completely changed.
I think in college, I was just like, yeah, I want to go to this party. Everyone's dressing up in fun costume. Like, that's the type of party I want to go to.
So how was like the first, I guess, experience?
I've honestly only been to one Halloween party. We went. No. Yeah. You were the pirate.
No. What was I? I was like circus ring clown, something like that.
She was a circus leader. Yeah, circus leader. I was a cop. I didn't have a costume. I didn't own a costume, so I borrowed Karen's costume. She had like a bunch of stuff.
What was our friend? What was our friend Karen? What was she? I can't remember. What was she? She was a Playboy bunny.
Playboy bunny. Playboy bunny. Yeah, we went out in Beacon. I don't even know. It was a studio, but like everyone was dressed up, and like the room was dark. There was lights, and I mean, obviously, I ended up like chatting with somebody, of course, but it was fun. I
enjoyed myself.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was fun. Like, we didn't even get drunk, but it was fun. Yeah, I was just like, oh, okay,
that was my first. That was our first, for me, my first Halloween
out.
Not like we went out. Like, like, okay,
yeah. Was that the first time you guys dressed up at all?
Yeah, first time we dressed up.
Yeah, going out.
I don't remember how I got back home.
I don't remember.
I don't think I went home. I think I stayed here.
I don't remember the end of the night at all. I can't remember.
I don't think I went home that weekend.
Oh, did I go home that weekend?
I don't think I went home.
Was it at Karen's that weekend?
I was at Karen's, or I was here.
Quote unquote. I don't have no idea. I can't remember the end of the night.
Oh, good.
I can't.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago.
Like 7 years ago.
I mean, I feel like I would go to one again.
Yeah.
I definitely would go to one again. Yeah, I just feel like the most fun part was the dressing up part and like looking cute. And it's like, oh, what are you wearing? Kind of like how kids feel. But I just feel like, I don't know.
An adult version.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I went to like a Halloween party probably like 2 years ago. But it was like a last minute decision. And I was just literally threw on all black and put like a halo on.
Easy.
I bailed on this because I thought my ex was more important, and then I got dumped.
That day?
No.
Oh, what was it that day? Damn.
Years later, I'm like, wow, I should have went to the Halloween party.
Yeah, it was
See all the stuff you missed out on? Damn.
It was like it was more like a hangout. It wasn't really a party. Like,
it was
just,
like low key someone's house.
It was someone's house, and we were just like chilling and like playing beer pong and flip cup and eating, like very low key, very chill. And that's it. That's like the one and only time.
You know what it is though too, because we see Halloween, we weren't allowed to celebrate it.
Yeah.
The movies also messed up our heads, because in the movies they made it seem like these parties were great. Like,
yeah, like
they go
fucking
they went
banger.
I mean, maybe they are, like, because I never went out like for Halloween.
But I've been to that one. I was like,
I mean, that was in Beacon, New York, bro.
yeah, but it's true. Like, I don't know.
There's not much to expect from Beacon,
like,
New York.
because that was our history. That's how we learned what Halloween was through the movies. Like, you know, like, oh, they got parties after school, and they have like a dance at school. I'm like, this is cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you go out like in the city,
oh yeah,
it would be like a good time.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'll be scared to go to that one.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like whatever. It's like if I go, I go. If I don't, I don't. Like, I don't really feel like it's more of a hassle to try to find an outfit.
I would go again. Probably not this year. Next year.
But as I get older too, like, I'm more conscious. Is that the word? That
I get what you mean. Self-aware.
Dark shit really happens.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like, people are crazy out here.
Yes.
And I didn't realize how much, like, quote unquote, like, oh my, it doesn't mean anything. Like, like, people are really having Ouija boards out at their parties, and people are like doing seances. Like, oh, let's just do this. I'm like, from what we believe in, like, I truly believe in dark spirits. And I'm like, this is not a joke. Like, for me, I'm like, y'all are really opening a door right now that y'all shouldn't be opening. Like, you should leave that closed. So sometimes I am very weary too about if I were to go to a party, like, what's your vibe?
Yeah, what kind of setup is this?
What's going on? Like, if I see a Ouija board, I'm out. If I see, like,
and also like all the thriller slasher movies, and it's just like everybody's dressed up. You don't know who's who.
Yes,
is that real blood or ketchup, or is it fake blood?
We're in a different time right now where
like you hear so many things about serial killers, and it's just like, I don't know if I would go to a party.
This is a fake axe, because my brother. I just remembered those like, but look how real it is. I will ask him like on Instagram, like from far, like that looks real. And
if you like held that up over there, but I would think it was real.
Yes, but like people are like, oh, that's so real. It looks so real. It's fake. But watch us, like, that's real. People just start slashing people. Like, people are sick.
Imagine some girl just came into the room and it's all disheveled and like blood everywhere, and you'd be like, oh, sick outfit,
sick costume.
No, she almost died a block away.
But you know what? I think for me. Broke it. I think for me though, if I saw that, I'm like, oh nah, I'm out, because she looks too like in distress. Like, I think we're more aware. Like, I think more people would be like, that's a great costume. But
I think the low key parties are the way to go.
Yeah, I don't think you'll catch me at a first of all, a party that I don't know the people. Yeah, I don't think you'll catch me at a club for Halloween.
No.
Definitely not a club for Halloween.
Not anywhere public or a bar. Yeah, it just seems like a setup.
Yeah,
it's like, even if you found the person, like, was it really the person? There was like 12 people in that disguise. Like, it's just not
too much. You don't know nowadays. Like,
usually I'm not concerned for my safety, but on Halloween, I don't know, something about Halloween.
It's a perfect disguise.
Maybe because we grew up thinking that it was so wrong, and then now participating in it is like, is it gonna backfire?
It's like the devil and the angel.
Yeah, it's like, it's just Halloween. It's like, but you're gonna get killed, and you're
gonna eat a bad apple.
Yes, it's definitely,
and that's what you get.
That sense of weariness, like, and I don't know if it's me, but I feel like it feels a little dark. Like, I feel like
it's Halloween.
I know, like this kind of like darkness around. What's that night before? It's like a mischief
night.
What is that? Used to scare the crap out of me.
No, that was just like punks doing like punk shit. So this one night, someone threw eggs at our house, and I was like, are you dead ass? It was mad cold, so that shit froze. Now we got like frozen egg shit on our fucking house, and then we were like, oh, I wonder who it is. So then we figure out who it was.
How?
It was like the girl that lived across the street, one of her friends, because my sister knew not her, but like one of her friends who's friends with that dude, and then some ginger piece of shit. But he lived like near the high school. But yeah, so like every time he would come, I would just stare at him. I would just stare at him. Bro, I was like, I know what you did. I know what you did.
I know what you did last summer.
I know what you did last Halloween.
I forget, it's something mischievous, something, but that night used to scare me because my mom used to be like, people go out there, kill people.
Well, I've never even heard of that.
Lock your doors.
Oh, yeah, so like, what's that noise?
Close the blinds.
What's going on?
Lock the door, Michaela. No.
And I forgot what it was called, but it's like the night before Halloween. Like, apparently people go nuts, like crazy.
I had no idea.
So I have a cousin who my cousin, she married someone who went to Nyack, New York. There was a college, it's called Nyack. Apparently in the hills, like in Nyack, they're known for its history for black magic and witch stuff to happen.
I believe like Tarrytown, right?
I believe it. Yeah, I believe
it.
Especially because isn't there Tarrytown's like a Sleepy Hollow?
Horseman, yeah,
or like Sleepy
Sleepy
Hollow.
Hollow.
Yeah,
so like
it gives the vibes.
So apparently, but people don't realize it's actually true. Like people really are doing sacrifices and like stuff like that. And I remember when he said that, I was like, I do not want to go. I don't want to go. I think also Boston, Salem.
Oh yeah, Salem for sure. I heard of that one before.
My parents like the witches, where people were hanging people. Like you're a witch if you don't if you survive, and if you don't survive, you're not a witch. So America's great.
That
bro.
logic was wild.
America's so good. If you're a witch, you will survive this hanging. If you know,
it was burns. They would torch them.
So I don't know what it was. Something like that.
They would torch them.
Where did I see that? There was a movie I watched recently where it was like that.
I think Hocus Pocus has like a
thing like that. No, but it was like a horror movie.
One of the Hocus Pocus ladies, I was watching like a little clip of the interview of her back in the day talking about it, that film, and she was like, yeah, I just wanted to make sure I portrayed that community correct, because she's like, there's a real community of witches and and I was just like, you damn right,
she about to
cast a spell on you.
I know.
She's like, I had to make sure I do it correct. I did not want to disrespect that community.
But so it's funny you say that, because one of the biggest movies during this time is like The Exorcism, which is like the old movie. So
take that away.
Apparently in history there is recorded stories that people on set of that movie actually encountered some evil stuff that happened in their life.
Like what?
Like people were getting catching seizures and stuff. Like people in movie theaters were catching apparently it's like a real thing that some people said I will never do a movie like that, or never film a movie like that.
Yeah.
Oh, like in the making of the movie?
In the making of the movie. And people don't know this, but The Exorcism is a true story.
Yeah.
And
The Conjuring too.
Yeah, so these are actual things that happen in real life. Like people are joking around about this. So I remember, I forgot who said it, but there's things reported that people were catching seizures in the movies. Like people were literally salivating from their mouths because they themselves didn't realize they had a spirit in them. So they were using biblical terminology to cast an evil spirit away. So people were saying I wouldn't do movies like that. If you think about it, these movies, you have to be sick in the head to be coming up with some of these concepts.
I think I watched The Conjuring. I watched it with a group of people. But I looked away each, you just that part, you just gotta look away. But I watched the whole thing, and then I had nightmares after that. I felt like I saw The Nun. You know The Nun?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I felt like I saw her. I didn't see The Nun movie, but she was there. She was in that film. But yeah, I just thought about her constantly.
I just remember when we were in girls club, and we were in the friends club, and you know how I don't know if you ever remember, but at the time, our teacher was telling us how she went to go see a scary movie at the theaters, and she saw the demons come out of the screen. You don't remember that?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, that stuck with me.
Oh my
After that, I was just I'm never watching a scary movie. And people straight up call me pussy, and I'm just like, that's fine. I'm not watching that.
Yeah, I haven't watched one of those type of like paranormal activities movies ever again, and I'm not watching. I never have, and I will watch a slasher. Killing. Yeah, I will watch a thriller slasher, chop off their head,
and I'm gonna watch it like with
scared as hell.
Yeah, like with half an eye, but I'd
rather watch that because it's not like. I don't know. It doesn't play with your head. Like, you know you're going to die. That's it.
Yeah, I'm just going to take that out. you want me to do it? Like, I would just kill myself at this point because I'm not surviving.
That was a girls group, you said? Yeah. In Twin Towers, I hope if anyone's listening from Twin Towers, I'm not crazy. There was a substitute teacher. Can't remember her name for the life of me. In Twin Towers, you guys went to Monhagen. In Twin Towers.
I went to Twin Towers.
You went to Twin Towers?
Yeah, we became friends there.
That's right. Duh.
That's embarrassing.
My bad. Forgot. Twin Towers. I don't know if you had this. I don't know if you had this substitute teacher, because I think I talked about it with you and you don't remember. There was a substitute. If you remember, in Twin Towers, there used to be holes in the ground. There was these little like drilled holes. I don't know if it was like because that building's super old. Because that used to be the high school like old. So on some of the floors there was holes drilled in the floor, and I remember there was this substitute teacher who came and talked about this story about this little boy who got trapped in the holes, and its spirit was like lingering in the hole, so the spirits would travel from.
I thought the little boy died from like jumping off a building.
It was something. The boy died, and that
it was a little boy that died,
and his whole.
I don't know about no holes.
Yes, but this substitute talked about this boy jumping or something, commit suicide. I forgot what it was. Yeah, a child died in Twin Towers, whatever. Drowned. I think we drowned in the pool because there's a pool in Twin Towers. In one of the lock, and how Twin Towers is, the locker rooms. There's a room in the back. There's this actual pool. They closed it off because it used to be the high school. I think the kid drowned, something like that. Well. She told us about the story about the kid spirit lingers through the holes, and I never sat anywhere where there was a hole in Twin Towers because I was traumatized. Because I thought this little thing, I was like, oh no. And I remember I went home and I was shook, and I was low-key pissed at her.
Did you ask your mom? Because your mom went there, right?
I don't think I told my mom because I was afraid to tell my mom. Tell her to come downstairs. Because I was so scared. I didn't want my mom to go to the school and be like, y'all scared my child, like we don't believe in this.
Let's ask your mom. Maybe
I have to ask her. I can't remember. It was she was a black girl. She had short hair. She was like one of the called the coolest substitutes of them.
I don't remember.
I can't remember her name, but that she told us that story during Halloween, and I was shook.
Just fucking with you guys.
I was 12. I'm scared.
12 is crazy.
I think someone died.
Something died. Someone died.
Because I think I got curious and started looking at some articles up.
So a child did die. Let me say. But she used that as
Twin Towers, Middletown, New York. Somebody died.
Death, something like that. So yeah, the substitute teacher scared the crap out of me, and I will always remember that because let me say, this woman knew how to tell a story. Okay, she did it real well. I was afraid of that school for a long time. And to this day, as a 26-year-old woman, as I pass that school at night, I'm like, well, that little boy's stuck in there.
You know what's crazy? Close to Twin Towers, where I had my first job, it was like a nursing home across the street from Walmart. And everybody would talk about a little boy as well.
Park Manor?
Yeah. They talked about a little boy who and it's crazy because every time someone would see the little boy, they would die that night.
I think I've heard something.
You saw him?
No, because the church used to go, our church used to go every once in a month, go sing to them. And I remember there's something about old people and little kids during movies. I don't want to mess with them. I'm sorry. I don't want to be near no white woman with white hair.
A kid,
twins.
Oh, twins. Yeah, get out of here.
Yeah. I don't want to deal with it.
I'll kick them in the head.
I don't want to deal with it. I see a woman, I go the other way. I don't want to go deal with clowns.
But what were you saying?
Oh, what was I saying? Park Manor.
Yeah.
I did hear about something that someone would die if they were to see that person.
Yeah.
Wow.
So literally they would talk about you. And, we would just be like, I don't know. He was talking about some kid. He saw some kid. Just be ready. He about to die.
Oh, man.
I'm trying to think of other tales I remember growing up. I think remember that time in New York where the clowns were popping up?
Oh, yeah. I was at Dominican College.
That was terrible.
But during that time.
I was scared.
Mm-hmm.
But what were they really doing? Like, they were just popping up out of nowhere?
I think people just fucking with people. But I think someone
actually
were,
killed someone. I think
people.
people were actually getting stabbed or killed.
Yeah, getting stabbed. Something like that.
I remember during that time, I had the biggest fear. I'm like, I have a terrible phobia of clowns. As I gotten older, it's not as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember I was the kid that would be screaming bloody murder if I was at a birthday party and I saw a clown. Like, I had a terrible phobia of clowns. So when that happened, bro, I did not want to leave my house. When I was driving home at night, I was not looking down. If I was driving with someone, I'm like, don't stop. just go home. Stop. Just please go home.
Yeah, I remember walking back to my dorm, and it's not a long walk, but it's a bit lit by the buildings, but then as you're walking the street and walking to the building, it's not as lit. And I was just like, man, I gotta run for my life if I see a clown. I was like, I don't know this town.
Run for your life is crazy because I would have already took them down. Like, me walking, I would have been like, damn, if a clown pulls up,
yeah, it's over.
I'm just gonna plead for my life, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work.
Oh yes, 100%. I'm not running.
I'm not running either. I'm being like, what do you want? Anything. I'll do anything right now.
I don't know where I'm gonna go.
Name your price.
Name your price. Whatever you want, and you got it.
Price you actually you want.
That's crazy. People just run. Like, where? To where?
Yeah, first of all, I'm not fast.
Me either.
So if I'm running, I'm going to get slower.
Shape.
Yeah. That's.
I'm going to be already out of breath for being scared without even moving. Yeah, I can't deal with that. And that's the problem, though. People be taking it to an extreme. They'll have it that wasn't fun in general. Like, clowns, crazy. Yeah. But then they'll do something like they'll stab. There was someone who... During Halloween, the guy came out with a chopped head off, and people thought it was a funny Halloween story, and it wasn't. The man actually killed his mother and had her head. You guys can search that up right now.
It's giving...
That is factual. I forget. It was in the United States. If you search it up, there's an article. People were like, oh, this guy's
giving
crazy.
Dahmer.
But he...
That's what it's giving.
It's giving Dahmer.
It's giving Dahmer. But it was... And that's the problem with this they go too far. People don't know what's real or fake, and people can pass.
This is why I will be staying indoors. You know what?
What day does it fall on?
It falls on Monday.
Okay. I'll be working. I'm going home right after.
I literally will be off. But ideally, that's why I won't go out. You don't know.
You don't know.
You don't know what's real or what's fake.
Bro, they thought they're like, oh, wow, that's a crazy, setup. Wait, no.
So, his house was set up?
No.
And then he put the head on.
So, he came outside, literally, and had her head in his hand. And everyone was like, what's going on? Like, is this real? And it came to be, that was really his mother's head.
So, they knocked on the door for candy, and then he came out the door like that?
I have to read the article. I have to, let me find the article, and I'll get back to you. But it was... People just couldn't believe this man literally wow, that's cool.
So trick or treat, and then he opened the door like that. I'm like, oh, that's sick, dude.
That's sick, dude. You got candy?
You got candy? Covered in blood. That's all evidence.
Yeah, so wow, I deleted it. But yeah, that's one story that was actual real. I have to search it up, but that was real because I remember I was reading it at work, and I was like, that's insane. This is why people be...
This is what you do at work? Look up horror stories?
I forgot how I came across it. I like reading the news sometimes, and I think it was
oh yeah, I do.
In history, remember this whole story. And honestly too, actually I do as an adult. I like listening to true crime stories. Scares the crap out of me.
I watch Dateline. I don't like,
There's a BuzzFeed had this thing had this category was called unsolved, and it was, but anything that was demonic, I'm past. I don't want to hear that. No, but it was really cool. True can't speak. True.
What are you trying to say?
True crime.
She glitched a lot. Have you guys done the whole haunted house stuff?
I did recently. That was my first haunted house. My cheeks were clenched the whole time.
And your butt cheeks?
Yeah, my butt cheeks.
Okay.
And I was going to go to the bathroom before, but it was a porta potty. So I was just like, I'll just hold it. It's okay. and there was no lights. I was like, yeah, I'll just hold it the whole time.
That sounds like a setup.
Yeah, sounds like a setup. So I was my boyfriend, and I was just literally holding his arm and hand the whole time. Like, the whole time. Like, they're not allowed to touch you. They're not allowed to, like...
And that one, because I know there's some of them that you sign a disclaimer.
Oh, you sign and they'll beat you up.
And they'll be like, we could taser you. We can do anything.
No. This one, they're not allowed to touch you. But it was still scary because, like, you're walking through the woods, even though
It was outside?
Yeah, it was outside. It's their property. Like, it's the Headless Horseman property. But, like, you're walking through the woods. You're going through buildings and farmhouses. There was this one.
And you're walking or?
Walking.
Okay.
Yeah. I know they used to do like a hayride back in the day.
Yes, I actually went to it.
But now it's just like straight walking. So they'll just like run up on you. And then like, and you're just like, ah. But there was this one part where I was kind of freaked out because it was just like a barn house, fog everywhere, and like flashing lights. Like if you had epilepsy or something like that, like you cannot do that. Yeah. As we're about to walk in, this one girl's walking out, tears running down her face, and she's like, and there's someone else like trying to calm her down, like from her breathing. And I was like, oh nah. So we go in there, and I told him, I said, I can't do this. Like I can't see. Like you're gonna have to do this. So, like, my eyes are, like, closed, like, and then I'll open it for a second, then I'll close it again, then I'll open it for a second. But it was, like, too much. You can't see. You couldn't see anything. I don't know how we made it through there. It was bad. It was bad.
I did it a couple of, like, years ago, but the only reason I agreed to it because it was the hayride. So, they were doing the hayride. So, you start... Ooh, I dropped something. You start on the hayride, and it's actually pretty cool. They had, like, all the live scenes. Yeah. And I was like, oh, okay, this is not bad. I can deal with it. But it's the end when you have to walk through the haunted house. I was like...
So, you have to get off the hayride?
I was like, no one told me about this. What is going on? It was my brother's girlfriend. I was like, this is, I can't, like, I did that. I was terrified. Did Fright Fest.
Oh, I've done
I heard Fright Fest is calm.
It's mad calm.
It is calm.
It's the only haunted house type shit I've done.
The only thing that is kind of creepy. So if you go all day, there's a part where it's like 5 o'clock when the music starts, and that's pretty creepy.
Yeah, and then there's like a parade. So what they do is it's like a parade, and you'll see them all like because every part of the park has a different theme. There's like a clown, there's a demon section, there's
vampires,
stuff like that. So every part. So in the parade, you see everything. So you see everything that's the fountain turns red, like music goes off, and then everything goes black, and everybody disappears. So then you're just like, what the fuck? But they go out to their like designated areas or whatever. But it wasn't bad. I mean,
because you just knew it was a show.
Yeah, you knew it was a show. They can't touch you. It's kind of just like a scream. Like they just try to like what's it called? Like scream scare you or like just like yell like and then like scare you like that. But I remember there was like a part where we got off of El Toro. And we're coming out, and there's like if you get out of El Toro, there's like this tunnel you go through. So it was me, I think my sister, and I know 2 of my cousins. And one of them was a guy, and we were all girls. And we're just like walking, keeping an eye out. It was our first time doing anything Halloween like. And then there's this little girl, and we're like, there's no way this little girl is like part of it because she was like a baby. And she's just like literally dressed in I don't know. She looks creepy. Her hair is all down. She's like this, looking at my cousin. And my guy cousin, we're all behind him. He's just like, hey. Like, we're like, there's no way she's part of it. So we're just like, hey, hey, what's going on? And then she like runs up and like screeches at us. I was like, maybe she is part of it. I don't know. Oh my God. But that was like the scariest thing because we were confused.
That's child labor.
So it's not scary, but I scare easy. I'm a chicken shit.
Yeah, so am I.
So I was bait when I went.
You were what?
Bait, meaning they're good at knowing who to scare.
Yeah.
Those motherfuckers got me every time.
Same. I don't pay attention. Like I don't be paying attention of my surroundings. Like I'm very focused when I'm out. So like they would just come. They'll be walking with me by my side. I wouldn't even know. And then they'll be like, boo. And I'm like, oh shit. You were there the whole time?
That's how they were at the haunted house. They'll walk like right behind you. And I'm just like.
And you don't even want to turn.
And I'm just like, oh. Or like one of the most scary parts was just like, it wasn't terrifying, but just like the anxiety you get, like, you know, it's coming was like walking through things and not sure if that was a person or an object. Because there was a lot of like
still like
things that look like people, but it's like, okay, it's not a person. But then it's like you're not sure, and then as you're walking past them, like right past them, and then they'll get to you, and I'm just like, fuck, I knew you were a person.
When we went to Fright Fest, I was like, you know what? I'm an adult. I can do clowns. I'm not afraid of clowns. We did the clown one.
Yeah,
that's the one I did.
They got me on the line. First of all, I made eye contact with the freaking clown. And the minute I'm like, I'm screwed.
They're coming for me.
They got me. I kept, and then we go in. I went with a group of people. I'm sorry to this kid named Alejandro. I did slap him in the face, because I jumped. I did slap him. This is a fact. I ran out. I ran out of the haunted house. You know when you get scared a lot, and then they have cameras. Like when they had all the employees watching you, laughing because they were watching me, and they're like, "Got you good." I'm like, "That's not funny. That was scary." Like, and I think first of all, it's not so much like the acting. It's just like they know how to do it.
Yeah.
And the music. If you watch any scary movie, the music is what gets you.
Yeah,
those
the build
noises. I'm like, oh no, this is bad. So if that music, and I'm a chicken shit. It's very scary. But when it comes to scary movies, I think I don't like in general. I remember I don't watch scary movies in general.
I typically don't.
I don't watch it during Halloween time. I think the one movie that I saw that scared forever changed my life. I saw Hereditary.
I've seen that one.
That one messed me up.
I seen that one in theaters.
I saw it in theaters. So well, first, if you watch the previews of it, you do not think it doesn't give you anything in the previews. You think you're gonna go watch something, but it wasn't that. Super demonic. Super demonic. Basically it's about how these kids and the grandmother was into satanic stuff, like embedded in her. And apparently the grandmother wanted her daughter to have kids for like to take part in the satanic rituals and like take over. It's a crazy movie. The beginning of the movie, the sister's head gets decapitated.
That's all I remember.
Oh my God.
There's one scene in the movie where the mom is in the corner of the room. I could not look at corners for like a couple of days. I was going to sleep. I couldn't.
Put me in round rooms. Only round rooms.
People don't understand how much of a chicken I am. I got scared of I Am Legend. Okay, I could not. I moved my bed from the window after watching I Am Legend because like they're gonna come out and they're gonna get me. But Hereditary, that one was probably the scariest movie I ever said. And like I said, the demonic stuff, I'm not about it. I'll let it go. My ears.
Yeah. You better fly away.
On my head. But those are my but I think as I get in as an adult, I start leaning off
So what would be like more of your ideal, like if you were to take part in Halloween, like right now, what would you do?
Definitely like
would you or would you not?
I would if it was like a low key Halloween party, like a get together. I'll definitely do like a get together. Definitely in like either a friend's house or like I don't know, my boyfriend's friend's house, but like something just like a get together, or just like doing like little activities like pumpkin carving, watching movies at home, and getting snacks.
Yeah, I feel like
and having candy.
That's the route I would like to go on.
Yeah,
like just like
chill,
matching PJs, like pumpkin PJs, watch throwback. Super chill. Eat cookies, eat junk food.
Yeah,
happy Halloween.
Do you guys know how you're gonna like if you were to have kids? If kids, do you guys think about how you're gonna approach that? Like, what are you gonna like?
How are you gonna raise them?
Yeah. I never thought about it. I said at this point, when it comes, it comes.
Kind of, yeah. I was like, why would I plan so ahead about everything?
Because I don't want to scare them either.
Yeah.
I think I'll
scare them a little bit though.
Yeah, I can partake. Like,
I don't want them to be traumatized.
No, yeah. I think I would have them partake in it, but it would be more like my version of Halloween.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, I love Halloween. We get to watch movies.
Yeah.
We get to watch Casper, the Friendly Ghost.
Friendly.
And eat junk food. Like, even with the whole trick-or-treating, I don't know if I would do
I don't want the trick.
It depends, though, because if maybe, like, I know I'm going to have a lot of cousins and stuff like that. Maybe we can do our own, like,
everybody brings their own thing.
Yeah,
trunk or treat.
Yeah, or like we could throw like a little, like if it's on a weekend, like everybody has their own little station, and we do like a fake like trick or treat, and like, oh, you have to say trick or treat, and then they'll give you a candy.
Yeah, like
but like I don't know if I would go knocking house to house.
That reminds me of you guys remember the show Wife Swap?
Yes.
There was an episode.
I love that show.
I used to love that show. There was one episode where it was a very Christian religious family, and it was another like very liberal.
Like, they usually do like,
and the Christian family during Halloween in the house, every room had like candy, but the kids had to dress up as a Bible character.
See, I'm not doing that.
It's like Moses at the door. Oh, it's Moses.
I'm not doing that.
Oh, Joseph, I like your pretty coat. And I remember
we need to watch it. I want to watch that.
I have to find that episode.
I want to watch that.
I said, nah, that's sad.
That's traumatizing.
I'd rather not do anything. I'd
rather not do anything.
But I feel like, because I feel like it's fun, like, and you learn a lot about your child when they're picking, like, oh, who do you want to be?
Characters
like, who do you want to be? Like, who do you want to dress up as? Like, you get a lot of information from.
I'll definitely do like a trunk or treat vibes, because it's usually organizations and companies. So these things aren't like,
malicious and stuff like that.
I went to a store one time, Dollar General, and the cashier, and my little cousin wanted like this like hunter set. And there was a knife in the set, and I wasn't really keen on the knife, and I said, we'll get you the set, but you have to give me the knife. I'm not a big fan of the knife, because the knife went in, like stabbing. I was like, I'm not really a big fan of that. The cashier's listening to me. She's like, oh my gosh, my nephew loves that kind of stuff. He loves slasher movies. We bought him like a hatchet 1 year. And I was like, how old is your kid? Nephew? Like, oh, he's 4 years old. I said, what school does he go to? I said, all right, noted. Thank you. And I walked away. Because, like, that's crazy to me. Like, some parents are letting their kids, like, watch these slasher movies. And, like, this. When she said that, I was like, oh, no.
I don't know. It has to mess with the child's psyche.
Oh, yeah, we're going to transfer.
But she's like, oh, yeah, we bought him, like, a hatchet for his birthday. It wasn't even Halloween. Like,
those are the type of people that, like, as soon as that child turns, like, 18,
we'll
get them a gun.
Or it was like, we had no clues.
We had no clue.
We had no idea.
Just
he was
him, like, decapitating bunnies in the backyard.
We thought it was science.
It was a science experiment.
We ate the rabbits.
But yeah, I used to, like,
next thing you know, he's eating humans.
Literally.
But I think it's taking it, for me, like, taking it in our own way, but like still explaining, like, there's evilness in this world.
Yeah, definitely explaining that part, that like the evil part, and how people can go to extremes, and like be careful of your surroundings, and teaching them that stuff.
Yeah, but I feel like I would teach them that stuff when they get older.
Yeah, not to scare them.
Yeah, you can't lay everything down at once.
Yeah, because like
that's
a lot. And not only that, something about going to strangers' houses and just be like knocking on their door to get something for free. Yeah, I don't know. Something about that is kind of just like
so American.
Off. It's
so American.
So American.
Gasa henna asking for stuff.
It's giving white.
Trick or treat.
That's great. Caucasian.
So speaking of not like wanting to traumatize your kids, did you guys grow up with any of like old myths, or like telling your mom trying to get you guys to bed, or like scary stories or anything? Like?
Just like el viejito, like, but just like it's not someone specific. It's just like lock the door, or else the viejito's gonna come get you.
I think Latinos are notorious, like the cop come get them. Like,
I feel like it was more like the cop, or or my dad
in bed by 9,
knocked out.
I'm about to call your dad. Okay.
No, because we used to watch what is it called? America's Most Wanted. And that would be on every Friday night, and we would watch that every Friday night. As a family. So like after, like, all right, time to go to bed. Who's gonna lock the door? Oh my god! If I had to lock the door, running.
That's mad.
Make sure my windows are locked, my blinds are down. Like, I would be so scared after watching those, especially like those like abduction episodes.
Oh, those are crazy.
Especially that one girl that was like abducted by that, like,
kidnapped.
Yeah, that word, kidnapped. By this like one dude that like worked on their house. Oh, what's her name? Some white girl. Oh, forgot.
Did she like reappear after?
Yeah, like they didn't kill her or anything, but they found her, and like they took her as her family.
That's scary.
And like raised her as her own child. And I was like, oh my god, I don't want to get kidnapped.
That's scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, I feel like my parents never used. I mean, I've heard of like these like mythical, like scary stuff, but my parents never used it against me.
I asked my parents. So for my parents, they grew up with that kind of stuff. So my dad had el duende, and it's in a sense it's a leprechaun.
It's like the little short creatures.
And the story was, if you don't go to bed, it comes out at midnight and it takes the kids, takes them to your cave, and doesn't hear your screams, and you're done. And then another one was el cuco, which my mom grew up on. Was like
el cuco is Dominican too.
That he eats disobedient kids.
See, but
Yo,
I feel like
munching.
I don't know if it's just me, but when they would talk about el cuco to little kids, they just be making up shit, like whatever you want, like whatever you
wherever
want,
you want the kid to like not do or do,
they will do it. So like I don't know the OG story of el cuco because it's always like, oh, don't pick your nose because el cuco's gonna come, and you know what cuco does? He eats noses because you picked your booger, and it's like, really?
No, my parents never had like those types of stories, or they never shared it, or like never wanted us to know. But I just like looked up a story, El Padre Sin Cabeza. So it was
that sounds scary as hell.
it was a priest, and it was during like the colonial time, like the Spaniards time. And then apparently he was like good looking, and like all like the girls at Pueblo wanted him, but he was like no, because you know they're supposed to be like celibate and all that shit. But there was this like one girl that finally came that like that he found interest in or whatever.
She nice.
Yeah, but like one thing led to another, and then he had to like flee the town because I guess like they got word of the rumors and all that stuff, and then
a little free,
but then he was decapitated in like the mountains and shit like that. I don't know who did the killing, but then now they say that like he wanders around the church and the pueblo and all that stuff. I don't know what part of El Salvador, but hopefully it's not where my parents are from.
Sorry to my Catholic people, y'all church is scaring me.
Y'all church is scary.
It's scary as hell. I'm sorry.
I know you guys have heard of En Chupacabra.
Yeah, where's the origin?
Is it Mexican?
I have no idea. I thought it was in like every Latin America.
I think it's I feel like at this point it's like el cuco, like it just
is everywhere.
Yeah, I don't even know much about it, but apparently like
it's like Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Spanish
I
Bigfoot.
was about to say because apparently some people have seen him or it. I don't know. Yeah,
don't scare me.
Yeah, it's just Latino Bigfoot.
I know what like another common one is like La Llorona.
Yeah.
She kind of scares me. Not gonna hold you.
Yeah,
that trailer scared me.
She got me.
She got me.
She got it.
She got it. She scares me.
Mexican queen.
She got it. You know what's funny? Because me and my dad actually watched that movie together. And my mom.
You watched it?
I don't know what possessed my dad. He's like, let's watch it. I was like, I don't think that's a good idea.
Mommy wouldn't like
it. Wasn't during the daytime. My mom, she's not easy to scare. She's pretty like, she's a brick wall, that woman. Me and my dad, on the other hand, we scare easily.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I thought it'd be the other way.
No, my mom's chill. She's good on it.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what evil is in her for just playing.
I don't feel nothing.
But she don't feel nothing. But me and my dad get scared. So we're watching and she's like laughing at us because like it's daytime. It's sunny. And we're jumping. We're lowering the volume. I was like, I can't do this. But we decided to watch it. But she's a little scary. She scares me. What's her story? I think her children died.
Her children died.
Children died, and she longs for children.
Yeah, that's why she's crying.
She cries and then she steals them.
Crazy.
I know where her husband was. Because she's in a wedding dress. I think the man kills her kids. Something like that.
I thought they drowned.
Something.
I don't remember.
Something evil. Something weird.
I don't know, but she be crying. Stay away from the lakes and stuff.
I don't want to hear her crying.
I think that wraps up our Halloween episode.
Stay safe out there.
Yes, stay safe out there. You know, yeah.
Keep your kids safe.
Dress at your own risk.
Yeah.
Dress like a whore. It's always safer.
There you go.
The less clothes, the
I don't know. They always die first in those slasher movies. They always die doing some whorish things.
No, yeah,
They
that's
really
right.
do.
That's right.
You want to go down in the bleacher?
Well, don't be stupid.
You gotta go down.
But
Park in the cornfield.
just say no.
The cemetery's
the
open.
cemetery. Yeah, let's go there.
Something about cemeteries
what's
gets
up
people
with people?
going.
Gets
I
people
don't know.
going.
That's nasty. That's crazy.
Those are freaky deeks.
Something about the
Oh,
cemeteries.
quick question about cemetery. I learned this. There's a reason why there's like people who take care of the cemetery is because people used to rob.
Oh, rob the bodies. Yeah.
Yeah. Sick.
Yeah.
All right. I'm getting scared.
All right. Yeah, we gotta go.
Well, happy Halloween. I guess.
Happy Halloween.
Stay safe.
Enjoy. Have some candy.
Yeah.
Brush your teeth.
Watch a movie.
Facts.
Brush your teeth for sure.
Bye, guys.
All right. Bye.